After conquering the drag of the second part of the Clone Wars, we are finally getting to the meat and potatoes. Now, this is actually the first Star Wars in Retrospect video that is only available in English, and I hope that I could actually deliver some higher video quality, but the last 2 weeks were really stressful with all those 12 videos, so I hope you can forgive me for giving you basically another podcast, basically. That will change with the next one. I will try to up the quality of these videos and the editing and stuff from next week on. Since then I have more time to actually sit down and edit these videos. I hope you will bear with me. But without further ado, let's talk about some singular episodes. By the way, spoiler warning, of course. And just so you know, I am watching the Clone Wars chronologically, so you can actually see the episodes I'm talking about today in the background. If you want to know more, look into the description. There's a link to StarWars.com where every Clone Wars episode is listed in the correct chronological order. But let's talk about some episodes that weren't in an arc. We have some a nice relationship between Ahsoka and Padme. I really like that. And generally in this season, basically, we finally got a stronger focus on Ahsoka. More than just somewhere in the background and sprinkled throughout. And just a little salute to 99. He was an on 99. He was an awesome and well-respected clone trooper, and may he rest in peace. And, well, in the same episode that 99 died, Echo and 5 finally achieved the goal to be an ARC trooper, which we'll come back to in the penultimate arc of this video. And, of course, George Lucas's character is a badass. Who would have thought? But now let's get into the arc. First of all, we have the conspiracy arc. For everyone who doesn't know, I have no idea how the arcs are actually called. I just kind of make it up as I go. Just what I think describes it the best. We have a conspiracy arc, and it's actually really the first time that Ahsoka is a real badass and can be a badass alone without Anakin watching over her. And of course, Corky is really only the nephew of 13, and just a coincidence, he looked exactly like a combination of Satine and Obi-Wan would look. Coincidinky, huh? Well, but let's move on to the Cad Bane or Zero Rescue arc. We finally got more Cad Bane, and we finally got more lore about the Hutt. That's really nice, really great. It has some nice homages to famous mob bosses like Capone and all these other that I don't know anything about. And we finally got Quinlan Voss and Obi-Wan Kenobi interacting, which I kind of waited on since Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 3, was it? I think it was 3, where Quinlan was name dropped and he didn't show up, and I'm mad, but I'm okay, but also mad. Yeah, but I knew of some screenshots that I saw in conjunction with Obi-Wan theory videos of Quinlan, and I was surprised how many of these screenshots I saw, and I think it were actually every screenshot I saw was from this episode, so I'm kind of bummed, and I hope we see him again, please. But moving on to basically the little build up and slow. You know, in a roller coaster, you have to get up there slow to really get it going, and that is the politics arc. It really wasn't that bad. It sounded way worse than I'm actually thinking it is, but it's nothing compared to what comes after it. So there's a nice Padme speech. I like that. I also like Ahsoka's new outfit, but I really need to see more of it to have a final opinion of it. And something really disturbed me, and that was Padme's hair. Her different hairstyles are actually helmets. I mean, wigs, but no wig stayed in that pristine condition ever. So they're basically hair helmets. It makes sense, but now that I every time I see her, I think about it and I'm weirded out by it. Moving on. Now we have the Night Sister arc. That was an awesome arc. We got finally more Ventress focus, which I already talked about in a few past episodes. I'm actually reading Star Wars Brotherhood at the moment, where Obi-Wan and Asajj Ventress meet for the first time, and she's interesting, and I'm really glad we're getting more of her. What I also like is that there's more focus on other myths than the Force, or let's say different applications of the Force than just push, pull, jump, run, mind tricks, This arc is really dark and mature. There were necks that were crushed, people were stabbed with knives, and I feel like it's actually really getting darker now, and I like it. There also was a nice callback to episode 1 in season 1, where the king that Yoda is talking to is here, and yeah, he dies. Now the Ventress and Savage fight versus Dooku was nice. Savage generally is pretty nice, and I'm really excited because I know he's gonna come back, and I know in what arc he's. Yeah, no, I don't know in which arc he comes back, but I know in one arc that he comes back. I don't know if he comes back between that, but I'm really excited about that. And we finally got our first teeth of Maul, and I'm here for it. And I actually wrote down it's the best arc yet, because yes, little did I know, that was the best arc at that moment, and then there was the Mortis Arc. And holy shit, first off, it felt kinda like an isekai. For everyone who's familiar with anime knows what that means. For every different person, it's basically you get sucked into another world where you're a rando, and it kind of weird. It's this little fish out of water thing, but not to the extreme. Sometimes to the extreme, but in this case, really not that extreme. But it felt a little bit like it. We have a nice Qui-Gon Jinn cameo, and Liam Neeson is back. That's always welcomed. And actually, the voice actress that voices Shmi is actually the actress that played Shmi in episode 1 and 2, which is really nice continuity. Now, another thing, Anakin's power is amazing. It feels like they are in a singularity. It feels like he is the strongest he could ever be, but he isn't at the moment. He's stronger than he is at the moment, and he's the strongest he could ever be, but at that moment. I hope I don't have to explain what the singularity is. Basically, watch Final Fantasy VII Remake, the last chapter. That's basically what I'm talking about. And I gotta say, episode 15 of season 3, Overlord, is I wrote down the best episode yet, and I gotta say, it's not. I actually wrote it down after I watched episode 15, and I could have basically wrote down, oh, yeah, episode 16 is the best, and oh, episode 17 is the best. And it's amazing. This arc these 3 episodes are the best episodes yet, and it's really hard to be topped. I was surprised that some loose stuff I knew about the Clone Wars was already in this arc. For example, Ahsoka dying and being resurrected. I was really surprised that it's in season 3. I thought it was way later, and I was surprised that some things that I know, I just say owl. Who those of you that know the owl. I thought these two things would go in conjunction, but they don't. So I don't know. And I really liked Dark Ahsoka, and Ashley Eckstein actually brought her A game, but so did Sam Witwer, and he's great, and I love him, and I'm excited to hear him scream Kenobi. And I really like the moment when Anakin is shortly in the on the dark side, and he marching into the spaceship where Ahsoka is repairing. You hear a very slow version of the Imperial March that was nice. And to be honest, the best scene I have yet seen in any Star Wars was this kind of supercut vision thing that Anakin got from his future, what he would do, and just talking about it, I'm getting chills all over again. Damn, Matt Lanter, amazing job, and I literally got chills again. It's an amazing scene. Anyone who hasn't seen it, if you like Star Wars, even if you haven't seen Clone Wars, watch that scene or watch this arc. This is the best arc yet by far. Far, far, far. And I don't know how that can be topped. It was amazing. Now we have 2 other arcs that were also really good, but not as good as that arc, but that's okay. That's okay. Nothing has to be as good as that arc. If they're getting close to it, it's already amazing. So let's move on to the Citadel arc. I was surprised that Tarkin made an appearance, and now I'm really excited to read the Tarkin novel. So this arc has some really nice lighting and color design. I really liked it, and why does every named clone that we love have to die? I was really sad to see. Wait, it was it 5 or Echo? It was Echo. Echo died. I'm really sad that Echo died. But let's see how 5 is gonna live with it. Because after that happened, he didn't talk shit. Something I also found really funny was R2 with his little droid squad. Please give him that off more often. It was really funny. Also, Plo Koon is just nice. He got Ahsoka's back every time. If Anakin's her brother, Plo Koon is basically like the father for Ahsoka, and I really like that dynamic. Just, to say it again, Plo Koon is one of the coolest Jedi there is, and I really hope there's more stuff in canon that's coming our way with him in the main role. Also, they talk about music cues again. There's a nice touch with the music as Anakin and Tarkin shake hands at the end of the episode. That was nice. Now to come to the last arc, we're already pretty far in time-wise, so let's move on to the last arc, the Trandoshan Hunger arc. I got some real big Battle Royale and Hunger Games vibes, even though I never watched Hunger Games, but I know what Hunger Games is, and I guess this is like that. I also felt a little bit Predator. I never saw Predator movie, but I know what it is, and I mean, there is, I think, also a little Easter egg of a Predator skull or something somewhere in the background. So, nice. We finally got more about Trandoshan culture, which we didn't really get. Everything we knew was lizard people hate Wookiees, and we love Wookiees, so we hate Trandoshans. Yeah. And I really like that Ahsoka gets to shine, and we finally see how good she actually is. You know, when put to more people her age, which I wrote her age, but they weren't really her age. They actually were a little bit older, but they were average. And she was way better. It's great to see that, but also kind of sad because the reason she is she is adept at using the force and things, she's really talented, but the thing that's really putting her in front is mainly the reason she's fighting in a war for, I think, 1.5 years at this point or something, and she's what, 16, 17 here. So if you think about it, it's really fucked up, coupled with what she actually told a few arcs ago, where she talked about being, she couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep because it was too quiet. There was no war around her, so she couldn't sleep because the war and the sounds that make was so normal and almost comfortable to her that she couldn't sleep because it was quiet, which is really fucked up if you think about it. And it's also crazy what connection she actually has because surprise cameo basically was Chewbacca is back. Really nice seeing him. It doesn't make sense if they didn't take a bandolero, I think it's called. But, yeah, you gotta, distinct him somehow, right? And it's crazy to think how many connections Ahsoka has. She is the apprentice of Darth Vader. She knows Tarkin. She later becomes to know Luke and Bail. She fights for the rebels. And she knows Chewie, which she basically knows Han through that. She knows the Mandalorian Din and Grogu, and she is I think she is where we are now, not in the Clone Wars, but later on, 5 years after Episode 6, I think she is probably the most well-connected person in the whole galaxy, and it's bonkers. But let's wrap it up. The later half of this season really started going wild. Gets darker, better, more mature, and grander. More stuff happened at once on the screen, and also there's more attention to detail in the background, which, to be fair, is mostly because they have a lot of assets that they can just plug in and be done with it. That's awesome. Now, that concludes part 3 of my Clone Wars review. Next time, I'm not sure when, but next time we would talk about these episodes. Episode 68 in chronological order. Yes, there's 67, but 68 because the movie is not counted, but I count the movie mid. So it's basically 68 to 80. 9, and I'm really excited about these things, and it's gonna be faster than the last one because I'm really on a roll now. And with this video, I finally covered the first 2 weeks of English content on my channel, which means I'm only gonna drop 3 planned videos per week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will also try to up the quality of these videos with more time to actually edit them. And I hope you will enjoy it. I hope we'll see each other again in another video, and see you then. Bye.